And just give me a second. Let me hand over the charge. It is my honor and privilege to hand over our charge to our president, DTM Sar Shweb. Over to you, DTM Sar.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Fellow Toastmasters, honorable guests, and geeks from all over the world, welcome to another exciting meeting of Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmaster Club. Quantum Leap Advanced is 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 primarily a Toastmaster club for people who are excited excited and interested in science fiction and and other topic that categorize themselves as geeks, but but over here like you are absolutely free to unleash your geekiness about about Toastmaster. It's a non-profit organization which is based in the US for the purpose of becoming a better speaker, becoming a better leader, and also to improve your network in the world. So I see we have our returning guest, Toastmaster Shai. For those who don't know you, can you please give us your brief introduction, sir?
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. Mm, uh, I just welcome my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, if anyone other than me is here right now. And I always been happy to attend your club's meeting, and I try my best to come for some time to come over here because very learned Toastmasters been here, like Mr. Toastmaster Talha and Toastmaster Irfan. So many. So I actually try to learn as much as I can from this meeting. So I always enjoy being here. So good luck for today's meeting as well. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters Shai. It's an honor to have you as always. Before we move on to the to the education session, we it's a it's a reminder to to everyone uh, that we are approaching the the mid of October, and we need to make the renewals. So to continue your access of the of the base camp and uh, and and your journey toward being a better version of yourself. You can renew your membership, and I believe this is a nice time to do so, because surprisingly the dollar rate is at a comparatively low point. So we don't know how long that will last. So we better make 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 use of it. So with that, I would like to move on to the education session and introduce our, our Toastmaster of the day. He is our immediate past president. He is a member of, of, of Toastmasters since before I was born. He is he has achieved many accolades from from Toastmasters, a masters in Pakistan and also outside of Pakistan. He has served as the district director of a of, of a Toastmaster district outside of Pakistan, and the list goes on and on and on. So help me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmasters, Seth Ali Sheikh. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, fellow Toastmaster, and most welcome guest. Good morning. And I think all from the Pakistan, it's time for the good morning and everyone having a good breakfast. Not like me. I'm just waiting to someone is going to offer me a breakfast. Like DTM Irfan, sometime he's offering the breakfast. So thank you very much. And let me ask you the question. Thank you. Let me ask you the question. Do you remember anyone by his personality in your life? Maybe your teacher, maybe your friend. He's a mustache, having a beard, and using fantastic clothes. DTM Irfan.
Well, there are different people based. I remember based upon their different perspectives. But suddenly, when you have asked, the very first person that came into my mind was when I started my career. He was our general manager, and he was basically a marketing person. He was very outgoing, not only by personality but by abuses also. There was no stoppage in his abuses. And when he started abusing, he didn't see whether he is abusing the telephone or he is abusing the pen or he is abusing any of his personal secretary or what, but he was very abusive. But the reason why I remember him, he was extremely result oriented. And that is what I have learned from him. It is not important from what I have learned from him that you put on a lot of effort and at the end you are zero. So try and find those means and methods that will lead you to the desired destination. Efforts are good, but end result is more important. You should reach where you want to reach. That is very strong. That was very strong in his personality. And he
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, DTM Irfan. You rightly mentioned that you still remember your ex-boss, and part of aware that what is the negative things, but the positive thing, what you remember, he is a result-oriented person. Let's move to Toastmaster Zara. The same question to you. Toastmaster Zara, you are not with us? Yes. Do you remember any personality in your life? Maybe the teacher, the parents, our sibling, our friends, our bosses,
Who impacted my life?
anything you like it. You just remember by his personality.
Or actually, I know people. I remember people from their good acts, despite what wrong they have done to me. But I think there are a lot of people who have made an impact in my life, and I would say one of them, like I remember good as well. But I can say there was a teacher in my ninth grade who taught me chemistry, and I couldn't appear in my board exam due to some reason, and I got ill. I was not feeling well, and I missed my exam. And she was the one who uh, had given me such a moral support. She always there to help me, or I would say, and I was able to secure. And she was the one who, you know, told me everything will be fine, and she was understanding each and everything. And I secured 98 or I no 96 marks in my board exam that time when I appeared in my 10th grade. So this is what I remember, and I'm still in contact with her, Miss Naseem. So that's all I remember.
See, all of us having an image of someone who is in our life, either is in terms of the boss, in terms of the teacher. So they created an image in our mind. So little part I will explain more about it. Let's move to our meeting, our language evaluator Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim. Could you please explain your role and word of the day?
All right. So being a language evaluator, I'll be noting down some good usage of grammar and not so good usage, and I will be letting you know what can be s- yeah. So I'm not sure about the word of the day. I'm so sorry. Let me check. Uh, have to check. The word of the day is TBA. No.
That was to be decided by you. So that's what TBA means, to be announced.
Okay, just think about it, and later part I will
Take
ask
your
you.
time. Yeah.
Take your time, and I will ask you to just explain the word of the day. And let's move to the timer, please. Timer is is everywhere. You just think about it, and you will find only the TBH. And please put your hand together, welcoming TBH.
Thank you so much, sir. So as a timer, of course, I will be displaying the timing cards for various segments of the meeting. The first is the keynote. It will be 18 to 22 minutes. So 18 minutes green, 20 minutes yellow, and red will be shown at 22 minutes. For table topics, it is 1.5, and 2 minutes. For prepared speeches, it is 5, 6, 7. For lead evaluation, it will be 2, 2.5, and 3. And for panel evaluation, or what we call as modular evaluation, that will be 1 minute each. So separate cards will not be shown for modular evaluators. Instead, it will be shown as just the red card once the 1 minute is over. So every time you see the red color, it means that you have to wind up within 30 seconds. Otherwise, you will be disqualified from the voting for the category. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. Do you know why I use the word TBH? Because there is a TBA again. It is in the agenda, and that confuse our language evaluators. So anyhow, it's a joke apart. Let's move to the general evaluator. Could you please share with us the guideline for the evaluator?
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster. Sir, as a general evaluator, my role would be to keep an eye on each and every facet of the meeting, each and every segment of the meeting, and and to make sure that that we are on time throughout, and the and for the evaluators, the the basic guideline would be to follow this sandwich approach, and be as supportive in their evaluations as possible. So back to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. G. And we are fortunate that if you are not getting any keynote speaker outside, but we have our homegrown keynote speaker like Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, Toastmaster DTM Eram, DTM Irfan, and you just name it, and you will get a keynote speaker from our home, that is from Contemplate Toastmaster Club. That is a unique club in the globe, and the people are liking the way we are conducting the meeting, and the people are liking the evaluation as we are evaluating and giving our constructive feedback to the speaker too. By having said this one, let me introduce that we found the alien. And who found the alien among us? He is 48 by 14 Toastmaster. I remember last night or night before, there was a message on WhatsApp group, and the time was around 2:30 a.m. Do you know the message from whom? This message is only and only from our past district director, and he is none other than Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Over to you, Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much, DTM sir. I will appreciate if someone can time this for 18 to 22 minutes. Thank you so much, DTM sir. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, when you think about aliens, what is your first impression? Toastmaster Vasil, what is your first impression of aliens? What do you think? What do you feel when you think about aliens?
Someone who is quite weird, someone who would not be like us. Like nothing would be like us.
You just described me. I'm talking about your impression of aliens. Okay. Oh my God. So BTM. Did you ever pause to think that maybe you are the alien and they're the humans, your in-laws? Okay. Toastmaster Shaikh Rizwan, what do you feel when you think about aliens?
I think something which just you can imagine. Means we have not seen yet aliens, so something very unusual type of a thing comes in our mind as we think about alien. So this is how I take it. Over to you.
All right. So if we look at our culture, we find mentions of aliens throughout our history. There may be different names. So in our mythologies, in our tales, in our fairy tales, there are tales about magical creatures that can perform and do things that humans cannot do. And there is one common thread. They all seem to be benevolent. They seem to be there to help humans. Call them angels, call them elves, call them uh, anything, because they have different names in different cultures. But these beings, these extraordinary creatures, they actually are there to help humans, and they save the hero of the story in the nick of time. What do you think the fairy godmother in Cinderella was? How could she conjure fancy dress and a great ride in a few seconds? That was the work of an alien. Call it magic or call it sorcery. But a great scientist once said that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So we have this concept of magical aliens who are there to help us, to take us out of our troubles. But then there's a whole new angle given by science fiction books and movies. For example, Arthur C. Clarke, in his books, aliens are beings that are too far advanced and too intellectually superior to even care about humans. And that's a very disturbing thought, because we don't care about ants, right? We don't see an ant and think what that particular ant is going through, because to us, they are immaterial, they're too small, they don't have an impact on our lives and thoughts. We may be ants to someone. Have you ever thought about that? Any sufficiently advanced race, they won't even be visible to us, because they would be existing in a dimension or in a manner that is completely alien to our perception. Who is to say that the frequencies that we can see through our eyes cover everything there is to see? That's a very narrow spectrum of the entire visible light. The entire spectrum of light consists of so many frequencies that we cannot see. And what we cannot see, we cannot perceive. Humans can only conceive and perceive of things that they have experienced. We have movies like Independence Day or the Marvel Continuous Universe. Are there any friendly aliens in there? Just a few. But the biggest villain, Thanos, was an alien. And in Independence Day, the aliens were there to destroy the earth. That was their sole perspective. In many science fiction stories, you find the common thread that the aliens have overpopulated their planet, they have sucked up all the resources, and now they're looking to conquer the planet. Most of the science fiction stories that you read or the movies that you see, the concept of benevolent aliens does not exist. And there's a very good reason for that. Have you ever been kind to an animal without a reason? Have you tread carefully where there are ants and insects? Have you even cared if something comes under your feet? We have a story in the Holy Quran. The Prophet Suleiman, he had his force in Turaj passing through a certain land, and an ant came to him. And she said, or he said, I don't know the gender of that ant, he said that please tread carefully because this is where we live. So the Prophet Suleiman understood the language of animals. And he actually was delighted at this. I'm not exactly clear that why did he laugh, but it is mentioned in the Quran that he did laugh after hearing this. So of course, being a prophet, he was not ridiculing this, but rather he must be thinking that I am a prophet and I am benevolent to all creatures. But that is an exception, because we have been searching for decades and decades, in fact, centuries, whether there's life out there in other planets. And so far, we have not found life. Yes, no matter how many statistics NASA throws at you, that there are this many billions of stars and there are so many Earth-like planets revolving around those stars, and there is a probability that we have at least 500 million planets that have life. But no, we have not found life. We have no proof that life exists, except for the increasing UFO sightings that have taken place during the recent years. There was a UFO craze in the 50s and the 60s, then it died down. But now, in the recent years, not only UFO sightings have increased around the world, but the US government and their agencies have actually acknowledged that they have seen and recorded aircraft or flying machines that do not have human origin. But again, what we know, those might be aliens that might be to us what we are to ants. They're just going about their business. We are not even visible to them. But we have found it. We have finally irrefutable proof that aliens exist on this planet. Yes, you heard that right. We have irrefutable proof that aliens exist on this planet. What do aliens do when they arrive on a planet? They start living there, then they consume the resources until the resources are exhausted, and then they go for more and more resources. And they are competing with the other living creatures on the planet for the same resources. So they start either killing or starving the other living creatures. And what's more, they make huge changes to the planet's geology and atmosphere so that it more closely resembles their own home planet. This is called terraforming. And we envision that if ever we go to the moon or Mars or any other planet, honestly, I have my doubts, given that the difficulty Artemis mission is having to land humans on the moon. I have a hard time believing that we landed on the moon 50 years ago. Just look at it, they're sending dummies into space to test the effects of radiation on them. I mean, what happened to the 13 missions in the late 60s and early 70s? Weren't all the tests done then? How humans landed on the moon if you can't land them today? But anyhow, we have found aliens because we have discovered a species that is doing to the planet that aliens do to a planet. They change it, they destroy it, they consume the resources, they start killing all the other living creatures. And once the resources start going scarce, they will then start fighting among themselves for the same resources. And they will start looking to other planets to conquer. That, okay, now this planet can no longer support us. So we better look for options elsewhere. Look around you. What natural commodity on this planet is safe from humans? Are the oceans safe? No. Is the soil safe? No. Is the water supply safe? No. Is the atmosphere safe? No. Even the ozone layer is not safe. And through relentless mining of fossil fuels, we are bringing about irreversible changes to the geology of the planet. Because when we take out fuel or when we extract oil, we pay for the cost of extraction, but nobody is putting that oil back. Same goes for any natural resource that we are consuming. It is non-renewable. The only thing that is renewable is solar energy. and we employ our energy needs to the extent of less than 30% from solar. Rest is all non-renewable. What else is going on? Wars. You know, people say that all the wars between Pakistan and India so far were actually the war on water of a shared river system and a war on resources. And do you know what's going on in Africa? Two different countries are actually building dams on the Nile that, once built, will ensure that they get the bulk of the water, and those dams are actually guaranteed to spark wars once they're completed. One of them is Sudan, and one of them is Egypt itself, because it is the same river irrigating half the continent. Similarly, in other regions around the world where there's water scarcity, you find that people are not fighting with weapons. They are instead fighting with encroaching property, with actually taking into possession the land adjacent to the water legally or illegally, and then shutting other people out. That is happening all over the world. So there is infighting. There is plundering of resources. There is usage of natural commodities without the slightest regard to the permanent damage to the planet. And every day, so many species of animals and plants and insects go extinct. Thanks to the aliens. Do the aliens sound familiar to you? We have met the aliens, and the aliens are us. We are living on this planet as if we are living in a rental property. We just consume and consume and consume. And have you ever thought about one more thing? How ill-suited we are to this planet's climate. Have you ever thought about it? All the time, we are never comfortable. We have this concept of room temperature, which is around, I believe, 25 degrees. And that is deemed comfortable for all the humans on the planet. But that is just 1 degree out of a range of temperatures that naturally exist on Earth. The Earth has sub-zero temperatures as well. And the Earth has temperatures in the 50s and the 60s. Have you ever seen a dog or a cat screaming for air conditioning? Have you ever seen an insect cover itself before going out in the cold? They are naturally adapted. They can withstand these temperatures. The only species that cannot withstand the natural climate of the planet is humans. We hate it when we get wet. We hate it when we get too dry. We hate it when we get too cold. We hate it when we get too hot. And our tolerances are pathetic, because it is an acknowledged fact that by 2050, there will be a rise of 2 degrees Celsius in the average temperature of Earth. By 2100, the rise would be maybe 3 or 4 degrees. And what will that do to us? It will wipe out half of humanity. Just 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. And we have all the technology in the world. We invented clothing. We invented air conditioning. We invented houses to live in. We invented everything to shield us from what's going on from the natural atmosphere of this planet. We cannot look at the sun. we struggle to see in the night, unless there's a moon or star or artificial lighting. And during our work days, what do? We enter a building, we seal it off, we close all the windows, and we turn on the lights. Despite the fact that there's plenty of natural light and air available outside. But somehow, that light and air is not good for us. We need to create our own. Have you ever seen animals move in the dead of the night? Have you observed their life patterns? They only move and do their business, whatever that is, when the conditions are right for them. So, for example, an animal or insect which cannot see in the dark will not be active in the dark. They will be active during the daytime. And there are some species which are only active in complete darkness. So they either make their habitats in places where there's complete darkness, or they are only active at night. And they all have natural mechanisms to fight extreme weathers. Some hibernate, some hyperventilate. Some animals even expand and contract to manage their surface area, which is actually coming in contact with their environment. And look at us. What do? Nothing. We just change the environment around us. We do nothing to adapt to that environment. And we are so spoiled that these days we cannot think about working in an office with the air conditioning at home. And our field of vision is so limited that we only see a very narrow spectrum of whatever the spectrum is. We cannot see a lot of color. We cannot see a lot of frequency. When we look up at the night sky, we cannot decipher it. We need gadgets. We need technology to make sense of all the stars and planets, because our eyes simply cannot adapt to the distances. What does that tell you? We are a species that cannot withstand the conditions on this planet. We have to constantly protect us. Everything we've invented, everything we have done has been about survival. Ever since humanity debuted on this planet, it is all about humans surviving at the expense of everything and everyone else. All the inventions that we have made, even the intellectual advances that we have made, most of them have been towards survival. Most of us only think about survival. And where is our next meal coming from? We don't think about the planet. We don't think about other humans. Our religion and ethics and morals teaches us to think beyond our own personas. How often do we do that? Again, it's all about survival. It's as if something is out there to kill us. Every day, the sun rises to kill us. The wind blows to kill us. The temperature rises to kill us. The animals move around us because they are secretly planning to kill us. We cover ourselves, we protect ourselves, we hide ourselves from everything and everyone so that we can survive one more day. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the behavior of a species that is natural to this planet, or any planet for that matter. That is the paranoid behavior of a species that secretly knows that they're here just temporarily. They will plunder this planet and maybe look for some planet else. So we are the aliens. We don't need an actual alien to destroy this planet. We are doing a very good job of it ourselves. We are destroying each other intellectually and physically. Think about it. What have we done in order to make this world, make our lives, and make the lives of our loved ones even slightly better. When was the last time we did such a thing? So we are the aliens, and as aliens, we should realize one thing. We have very nearly destroyed this planet. And yet, we are too pathetically far behind in intellectual development to have developed any alternative. Because breaking news, Moon and Mars and Venus are not habitable to humans. And we cannot afford to make them habitable. Think about it. There is no planet B. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. What a wonderful, we are the alien who is destroying our world. So be careful in the future what we are going to do it. Now the question answer sessions will be last for 5 minutes. I will request Toastmaster Saad to please time the question answer session, and session is open for the question. And my questions to you, our keynote speaker DTM Talha bin Hamid, how effectively we can act to avoid our distortion of the world.
So the bad news is that, and DTM Irfan Farooqi, I believe, will second me because it's his field of expertise. The damage that we've inflicted so far will take centuries to reverse. But even if we stop doing whatever wrong we are doing today, it will take centuries to reverse. But the best we can do right now, I believe the one thing to do is to find a sustainable energy source other than fossil fuels. I believe that should be the top priority. And the second priority should be water conservation. And why is that? Because there is no natural process on this planet that creates water. All the water that we have came from outer space. And it is what it is. No more is coming to us because we are no longer having asteroids and meteorites hitting the earth with buckets of water. So I believe that should be the first two things that we do.
Thank you very much, DDM Talha bin Hamid. This forum is open for the question. If anyone has the question, otherwise I will ask another question I have in my mind. My another question is that if you see the pollution all over the globe, and specifically I am going to mention about one thing about Lahore. Lahore is most polluted area of the Pakistan, and in winter we have a smog, and that cause respiratory infections and cough and the flu and so many other things. So what solutions do you have in your mind to control the fog?
So that is a very tough one, and I don't pretend to have a solution because that's a combination of weather conditions and man-made conditions. The weather conditions, of course, cannot be changed. So what we can control is the emissions that combine with the fog to cause the smog. And again, I would just say that a concentrated and concerted effort towards reducing emissions is the only answer. And even if we start doing that today, it will take several years. So there will come a time, inshallah, when we will our emissions will be in control, but then we will have still the fog to contain it. But at least it won't be as disastrous to human health as the smog is.
Thank you very much once again, and forum is open. DTM Irfan, DTM Toastmaster Wasif.
I just wanted to add one comment in it. The most important problem is the sense of responsibility. We, as a whole, around the world, are not don't feel any responsibility towards ourselves. And when coming to Pakistan, it is multiplied many times. You see, you were talking about smog. there is a government agency, Environment Protection Agency. Whenever this fog season comes, they become very vigilant. And what I know is that all the roads, main roads, surrounding to the main roads, the factories and brick kilns, they stop them from polluting. But if you go into the deep, I have traveled a lot in the deep, there is a lot of smoke. Every brick kiln is making black smoke. The EPA, that agency goes there, takes some money, puts it in the pocket. So the main road should be cleared in the depth. This is the culture which we are following, irresponsible culture. And as long as we don't, as Talha said, as long as we behave like aliens, we will destroy our country, we will destroy our land. We have to be responsible towards our earth.
Thank you very much for value added comments that the people who are controlling the smoke, they are getting the money in their pocket. So that is our culture, and we have to do something. And individually, we can persuade and try to make it the difference. But inshallah, one day will come. We hope. And any question, as the time is red is there now, this question answer session is over. And thank you very much, keynote speaker, Toastmaster DTM Talha bin Hamid, and fellow Toastmaster. So let's move to the next session. And before moving to the next session, we have a line of two speakers, and one is Toastmaster Wase Ahmed, and second is DTM Irfan. And the lead evaluator for Wase is DTM Saad, and lead evaluators for DTM Faruqi is Toastmaster Zahra. And we have short of panel evaluators. Any solution, or we can manage?
We are short of one each. I believe rest are all there, but we are short of one each for both the panels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least we have the
we can-
evaluators.
So, sir, what we can do, sir, Mr. President, Mr. TMOD, apologies for interrupting. What we can do is that we can ask DTM Irfan to be one of the panelists for Toastmaster Wase, and Toastmaster Wase to be one of the panelists for DTM Irfan.
Yes.
All right, they are agreed. So the lead evaluators, please manage, just fill up the slot.
So let me go through with this one. For Toastmaster Wase, the lead evaluator is DTM Saad, visual is DTM Irfan, and auditory is Toastmaster Zahra, perceptible is Toastmaster Seth, and the structural is DTM Iram. And similarly, we have Zahra for Seth, Iram, Saad, and instead of the AJ, there is a Wase for structure for Wasi Ahmed for DTM Irfan. I think it's okay now. Perfectly all right. So let's move to the first speaker, Toastmaster Wasi Ahmed. And please put your hand together welcoming Toastmaster Wasi Ahmed.
Who is DTM Talha is timing?
Yes, I am timing.
Am I audible to everyone? It was Boxing Day's Eve back in 2017. As I closed the kitchen door of the restaurant, I started scrolling down the street. It was minus 11 degrees in Honza. As I continued to walk down the street, the darkness engulfed me. There were no street lamps. It was 8:30 p.m. and everybody was in their home. A bit absurd for a Karachian. Except for two people who were standing at the corner of the street and munching on the yak barbecue. They offered me some, but I politely refused them. I continued striding down the street, occasionally looking down and avoiding the potholes. Contrary to my apparel right now, I had 4 layers of clothing. The only thing that could be seen were my eyes and my red nose. When I was 200 meters away from my hotel, I decided to stop and catch my breath. When I faced the heavens, I never knew that this small gesture would create a huge impact in my life. The sky that was above me, the mountains that surrounded me, the river that walked beside me were spellbinding. The sky above me looked like someone has thrown a mantle filled with stars over me. Though it was a full moon, but the beauty of the moon was overshadowed by the glory of constellation of stars. And I wished that I could hear a voice. Oh, but again, it was a fantasy. It cannot cap peaks of the mountain. It reflected like it was reflecting on a mirrors. When the same light hit the surface of the river that was flowing beside me, it looked like that the surface of the river had pearls thrown all over it. The atmosphere that surrounded me was unreal. I felt like I was dreaming. I even tried to pinch myself, but I couldn't because of the gloves and all the jackets I was wearing. Soon, tears starting oozing out of my eyes. I just couldn't stop them. Maybe that was the first time in my life that I was grateful to Almighty for having these eyes. So I can see all of it. At the same time, I felt most vulnerable. I wished that I could live in that moment till eternity. But I cannot. I wish that another dimension of time opens up and it captures me in that moment. But again, it's all fantasy and it cannot happen. At that time, I decided to stay in the present, observe and live the magnificence of the artwork of the creator and thank him so I could witness this moment. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, many times in our life, we have come across these moments which we wish they would never end up. But what makes these moments special is the fact that they are rare. They cannot be accessed all the time. We cannot live in those moments forever, but we can live those moments. And those moments can live within us. Like this, it lives within me. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Basi Ahmed. And now is the time for your evaluation. Toastmaster Basi, when you made your entrance, it was like the so it so it almost was like uh, you were about to make a James Bond entrance, and that would have really really im- impressed the audience, and that actually did. You you took us on a very smooth journey of an of an unreal unreal experience, and 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 you made sure that we were uh, with you throughout that journey as well. The thing that is stood out and why that made uh, your speech so impactful were for your pauses in between. You were taking the right amounts of pauses at the right time, and that gave the audience a chance to to digest each and every part part of what you were talking about. Your hand gestures were matching your content, which was again a very nice strategy to engage the audience, and also you use your stage very well. Now for some areas you can work upon, first of all, in few parts of the speech, uh, your vocal variety was a bit monotonous, and that, apart from where you went like, apart from that, your speech was monotonous. So maybe you can work on that, and secondly, your speech objective was to connect with the audience. Yes, you did. Connect with us through your wonderful story, but maybe you could have asked some questions as well, so that would have made it a more impactful speech. So I'm done with my lead evaluation, and next we have the visual report by Toastmaster by distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Vase, I would say that just wanted to share one thing. In our childhood, when there were classical singers late night singing the song, what we used to do was we mute them and we enjoyed how they are making their faces. But today, if I muted you, it would have been altogether a different thing. Your faces, the expression, visual expression was not something that was coming as a funny thing. Rather, your face, your body, your movement was aligned with what you were saying. Visual impact of your story was excellent through your body. However, I would emphasize on two things. Number one, your standing position. You were standing too close to the camera, because of it, your head was just touching the ceiling. And number two, the light was not proper on your face. We could see half face dark, half face light. If you improve those two things, visually, it was an excellent story. Back to you, Jamil.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi. Next we have the auditory evaluation by Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim. Over to you. Toastmaster Zara is with us. Yeah, he's with us.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So, Toastmaster Vasid, all that was a wonderful speech. And I would say your hand gestures um, and body gestures synchronized with the words elicited. And I must say, like you said, when you lean forward and you put your hand towards the chest and said politely refuse, there was I would say, a voice modulation there. You said stop, and there were meaningful pauses which have impacted us in a way we could able to think and process what you're actually saying. And moreover, if you could have make it more engaging in terms of asking question, as Deepan Saad said, to the question to the audience in a more you could have added more vocal variety, and you could have paused there, should have added more it would have more impacted your entire speech. So all from my side, thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Zara. And next we have the perceptible evaluation by DTM Saif Ali Sheikh. Over to you.
Thank you very much. General Evaluate is a lead evaluator, GTM Saad, and in particular Toastmaster Vase. Toastmaster Vase, I perceive that you are totally confident throughout your presentation and the delivery. It shows that you well prepared the speech. And as a perception point of view, that attire counting a much, that from your outlook, that give the meaning to the audience. And whenever you are giving any speech in any place, regardless it's online or in a club in-person meeting, so your attire give the values to the audience. Try to avoid informal attire and be a semi-formal or the formal. Over to the lead evaluator.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Saif. Last we have the structural evaluation, which will be done by DTM Iram Rizvi. Over to you.
Thank you very much, lead evaluator. And thank you very much to our speaker today, Toastmaster Wase Ahmed. I like the way how you have structured up your speech. It did have an opening, and of course, you brought up some incidents in the middle part, and then you ended up with message around leadership. However, my dear speaker, because here we have to be very specific while you're giving our evaluations, I would really want your opening and ending to be different from the body. I felt the flow was not very easily seemed. I mean, it was, I didn't feel when did you finish up your opening. I didn't feel when you were about to go in your message. Your opening could have a bit of a drama when you're starting up. Your finishing could actually connect with that drama. So try doing it again in your next speech and hopefully we'll have more fun. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Iram Rizvi. And now it's over to the speaker for the feedback on the feedback. So over to you, Toastmaster Wase Ahmed.
Thank you, DTM Sachwe. Sweet minute. Right. To be very honest, I don't know from where the James Bond entrance came in because I never did it and I never seen it myself. The second thing is coming to the point of your areas of improvement that was that I could have connected with the audience by asking a question, or maybe like that. Maybe I could have put in a comment that have you been there or have you witnessed something like that, something unreal, something imaginative. Yes, maybe I could have added that. Second thing about vocal variety, I think there were not any dialogues. So there were not any vocal variety to it. I couldn't add much any vocal variety to it if I could have added any dialogue in it. So maybe I could have added much vocal variety to it. DTM and Fan Faruqi Saab said improve lightning and screen adjustment. I can do the screen adjustment. So next time my whole body looks in. Improve light. Unfortunately, I cannot work it out. Toastmasters Zara Ibrahim again said the same vocal variety in the question thing. Okay, sir. I'll address it. And DTM Sevali Sheikh said informal attire usual. Sure, sir. Next time I'll try to. It's already winters, so I'll try to wear the jackets, the hoodies, and for my winter type of speech when I go to Hunza, something like that. So I'll just try to do that next time. DTM Iram Rizvi said connect opening with the conclusion. Yes, we could have done that if I could have pondered over it much more. But to be honest, I was really not connecting the opening with the conclusion here. Because it was quite difficult for me for bringing something real. I was at a restaurant and I went to something really from, I would say, minor to really magnanimous. And then coming back to somewhere near the restaurant, what I mean is that connecting again with that point, maybe I never started, I never thought about that I'll experience this type of experience when I was coming out of a restaurant or when I was coming out of that journey or something to connect that. I did think about it, but I found it difficult. So I just thought that I could, go over it like I'm going over it. So that was it. Okay, I'll work inshallah on it. So thank you to all the evaluators. Thank you for the feedback. Evaluate.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Wase Ahmed, and for our guests. No, no, we won't have the feedback of the feedback of the feedback of the feedback, but we'll just limit it to this feedback of the feedback from the speaker. So that was our first speaker done, and it's back to Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Saif Ali Sheikh. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lead Evaluator, Toastmaster DTM Saad. And before we are moving to word of the next speaker in line, let me ask you the question. If the personality like Talha bin Hamid and the personality of DTM Iram, personality of DTM Saad, that lasting image in our mind, and it is not going to happen in a single time. It is a practice and the time they are taken and they are doing for that. So that created the image in our mind. So how you are going to create the image in the mind of the other, I will tell you in the later part of that one. And let's move to our next speaker. And next speaker is none other than DTM Irfan Faruqi. And nowadays I am noticing that in any meeting, online or the in-person meeting, he is a dedicated and committed DTM Irfan Faruqi, and he is there. I hope that he is going to give the hard time to DTM Talha bin Hamid. He is claiming that he completed all the path, and DTM Irfan is going to complete all the path in the shortest possible time too. Please put your head together. Before I'm going to give the stage to DTM Irfan Faruqi, the lead evaluator is Toastmaster Zara, and visual, I'm going to take care of it. Auditory part, DTM Iram, perceptible, DTM Saad, and structures, DTM Vase is going to take care of it. Over to, please put your hand together. Welcome DTM Irfan Faruqi.
Fellow Toastmasters, while completing one of my assignments for Toastmasters, I came across a topic that I have to evaluate what is my leadership style. And to evaluate it, when I read the background given by Toastmasters, the article, the knowledge over there, I came across one thing that was excellent. Never expected it then. And it was a self-test, questions that I had to answer. And based upon those answers, there was a result. Fellow Toastmasters, when I took that test, when I decided that I should go with these questions and answers to evaluate my leadership style, the result that I came to know was that my leadership style is democratic. And I'm very surprised how these psychologists have built those questions, because when the analysis of what a democratic leader is, and when they analyzed my leadership style, to be honest, I'm not talking about Talha bin Hamid. To be honest, TBH, the fact was that it was exactly what I am. What it told me about myself was a good analysis, was a good evaluation. First of all, it said that the major important thing in my life is that I believe in participative style of management. Believe it, my fellow Toastmasters. The best thing that I love to do is make people participate in the management, analysis, decision making, and physical results. The fact is that when I'm running a team, I would always love to take everybody. The second important aspect that it told me was that I am a collaborative person. It is very difficult for me to let someone go out of the community, let someone be out of the group. I love that everybody is on the same page. I love consensus. So this is what I came to know about my Toastmaster activity. And this activity resulted in a good analysis of my leadership style. What style is mine? What type of leader I am? Having considered that, yes, I am a democratic leader, then I thought, what should be the best way of implementing my leadership style to my followers? How should I use my skill of leadership to bring some positive change into my followers? And then by analyzing and thinking, something that came to my mind was concept of energy. We always say that leadership is actually managing the energy of the people. We say people are energetic. You have to use the energy of the people. A leader uses that energy. Then again, I would say that I have not been on very good speaking terms with Einstein and with physics. But the concept of energy has always been very strong for me. So I thought, being a democratic leader, I should be utilizing the concepts of physics. The first thing that I understood about energy was that energy can be transformed and transported. Transferred and transformed. Energy can be shifted from one place to the other place. And energy can bring changes into people. So whatever I have learned, whatever the skills I have, it should be transferred from me to the followers. And when I say transfer and transformation, it means that there has to be a change in the positive side of the people. It is not important that simply they are living the way they were living. So what is important is that people have a potential energy. And that potential energy is to be transformed into kinetic energy. They have certain ideas. They have certain thoughts. They have talent. The leader is the one that transforms those thoughts, those ideas into action. Leader is the one that transforms people's potential energy into kinetic energy. So that is something that I can utilize my leadership skills in that form. Then another thing, energy, electricity has positive energy and there is a negative. And if they come close, there's always a shock. There is always a short circuit. People are have positive energies. People have negative energies. What should we do? Should we reject the negative people? No. De Bono said that there is a devil's hat, sixth thinking hat. The negative thinkers are good if we want to decide what should be the future. Whenever we are taking a long course of action, we want to see the hurdles. Negative people are the best people. They will identify us what can go wrong so that we can take care of. The third thing that I realized about energy is the most important thing that we face in Pakistan, and that is line losses. So if you are away from the grid, energy will reduce. You have to keep on boosting, or you need boosters, or you need to be close to the center. A leader should keep his followers close to him. There should be no gap between them. Otherwise, there will be line losses. We have to control these line losses. Considering all what I have thought about it, considering that I am a democratic leader, I want to take people with me. The best thing I understood was from Einstein, E is equal to mc squared, which means people have energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy and matter can change places, can shift from one to other. It is me who has to shift the potentials in climatic. Back to you, my value.
Very much. I totally forgotten. I was so indulged in your speech that I'm a TMOD also. So, fellow Toastmaster, I will hand over control to our lead evaluator, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim, to take over as an evaluation panel.
Thank you very much. So one thing which we missed was about the project details. So it was this strategic relationship and level 2 project 1. And the topic was E is equals to MC square. And we all know about it, what it is. And energy equals mass times the speed of light. Uh, so if I talk about the project of Toastmaster Fan Faruqi, so as we know, energy and mass are interchangeable. They are different forms of the same thing. How he was able to convey the message across in a form of story, yet telling us about his, uh, leadership style, and I would say how this he break down the analogy and was able to make the connection out of it in in a form of story. So it was something wonderful from his end, and the topic itself has created an impact towards the audience, and we were able to we weren't aware what will the speech will be about. So it was basically we were able to understand and able to connect uh, from him, like the how he narrated the entire idea. So yeah, so he talked about collaborative as well as the styles and how should one could use the leadership style in a more positive and a fulfilling manner. And he even focused about analyzing the concept of energy, how he able to able to connect with it. So I would say you were able to use the stage area very well. The eye contact was there. You were also using both the hands. You were comfortable and you used the stage area really well. When you were saying away from the grid, you were using your hand gestures close to the center and the gap between them. So your hands were aligning with the words elicited. And I would say it was a very nice combination of the way you presented the topic and how you narrated it, how you break down the entire segments into smaller parts so that we could able to understand what you really meant by E is equals to MC square. And it really impacted us because we were able to even rate it with this strategic relationship. I would say the what so we were able to connect with you in a very well structured way, and it was very, and it even had a message, right? So it was well crafted, well delivered, and now I would like to, uh, yeah, so towards my modular evaluators. So yes, so sorry for the delay. So our modular evaluators for Toastmaster and Faruqi speech are for visual. We have DTM carefully shared. Sir, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim, and in particular, Toastmaster DTM Irfan Faruqi. DTM Irfan Faruqi, you was well placed the camera and you was very much in between the frame. So it was a good placement. Your gestures are added the value to your message. And what I noticed that you are shifting your weight from one foot to another one, maybe due to heavyweight like me, and it is not holding the weight of the both foot together. Try to put the weight on the properly on both foot equally. And at one point of time, I noticed that maybe I'm wrong about it, that you are reading from certain notes or from somewhere. That was the visual one from my side. Over to the lead evaluator, Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim.
All right, thank you very much. And for auditory part, I would like to call GTM Iram Rizvi.
Thank you very much, lead evaluator Toastmaster Zahra. So DTM Irfan Faruqi, thank you for sharing that script with us and the speech. My feedback to you around auditory would be, I felt today's speech was like most of the speeches that you do. The tone was same. It felt a bit of monotone most of the places. So I would give a similar feedback that I felt that the beginning when you were about to tell that what strategy, leadership strategy you're falling into, there could have been a different tone. And when you said what it is, it could have come in a different way. And then your speech could have gone in a way that, that tone was matching it. However, in auditory part, I did feel that there is a lot of work that could be done where you could get vocal variety in, which in today's speech was a bit missing. But overall, it was very clear, crisp, as usual. Each word was so easy to understand, and thank you for doing that with us. Over to the lead evaluator.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move towards our perceptible evaluator, Deepan Sachwe.
Thank you very much, lead evaluator. DTM Irfan Faruqi, I guess the audience perceived you as as a person who knew what he was talking about. You 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 combine your your leadership style with sci- with science very well, and this being contemplative Toastmaster is is actually the perfect place to do so. So thank you very much for that. Back to the lead evaluator. Toast.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move towards our structural evaluator, Toastmaster Vase Ahmed.
Thank you, lead evaluator, and thank you, Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi. DTM Irfan Faruqi, I never learned physics my entire life. Thank you for taking that class. And one thing we could understand this is that even though I haven't ever studied physics, but your words were in so layman and you explained it so much that I was able to understand and relate it to electricity and understand it. So that was really nicely done. Coming to the structure of the speech, the structure of the speech, you had put humor in between them, talking about Toastmaster Tala and Einstein and physics and everything. But what I thought was a bit missing or a bit confusing was that you started with democratic style and you started that I like people to participate and people to collaborate. And then you went for your comparison with electricity and how the leader style should be. But I think it would have been much better if you would have gone, you could have find of the connection of electricity with your democratic style of leadership too. I don't know how would have you done it, but still if you could have done it from the starting, that would have been much better. What it did was that it kind of shifted the focus from the leadership styles then to electricity and then what kind of leadership style should it be. So I think one thing that should have been done was that you should have started with the electricity from the start and then should have compared it in between and then you could have done the conclusion. That is from my side. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. And I have your sheet, sir. I will even fill that because now I'm realizing that I missed the things which you could have challenged yourself or so I think I could uh, fill that as well. Uh, so I would like to ask you to, have a feedback or you can about the evaluator. One like yeah.
Sir, you're on mute. Sir, please unmute.
Very sorry, I just forgot to unmute myself. Thank you, Thank you very much. I would say that I'm very thankful to all the people that have given me the evaluation. Um, First part was just appraisal. Thank you very much for everything. Coming to Saif Saab, yes, Saif Ali Sheikh Saab, you are right. I was shifting my weight from one leg to the other, and then suddenly I realized that I'm doing it, and I stopped doing within the speech. So you're a good observer. You caught me red-handed, but I tried to improve myself. And other thing, yes, you are also right. I was just trying to sneak to the notes so that I don't miss any important point. I got absolutely confused because I had to start my stopwatch and I forgot to start my stopwatch. And that confusion led to a few more things. Thank you. I will take care of that. Aram, about auditory. So you said that I have a monotone. I have been receiving this feedback a lot of time about my tone, but I used a lot of tone in this speech. I varied a lot of time my speech intentionally, but I think this is honestly speaking, this is the 90% of modulation that I can do. Beyond that, it starts looking to me as if I'm doing a drama at the stage, and that is I can't do. The winner of the international speech, she was doing. You remember how she was doing actions on the stage? I can't do that. This is absolutely true. I can't do that. So if I try to do that, I will not remain myself. So this is the best I could do. I am doing. I'll try to improve further, but can't go much on it. Then on the perception was all good. In the structure side, I was the first sentence was said as if I'm taking the class. Well, if I say it in Urdu, मैंने तो किसी की क्लास नहीं ली. आपने खामखा मुझे कह दिया मैं क्लास ले रहा हूँ. But everything is okay. I agree that connection. I tried to build a connection when I said I am a democratic, and democracy means taking people with you, and I take the people with me. So I said I want to use the concept of energy so that I can energize my team. How would I do that? Then I went it. So if there was something missing, you couldn't get the connection means that I need to improve on this area. I tried, but if you couldn't feel it, means that I need some improvement. Thank you, everybody. Inshallah, I'll try to implement everything except the, I'm sorry, auditory portion. That is probably the best I can do. Back to you, my lead evaluator.
Thank you very much, sir. Just one thing I want to add, if I'm allowed. It's like being a
Please,
lead
please.
evaluator, I didn't just using the stage. It's like because you narrated it so well about the potential energies, ideas, thoughts. Maybe you could have added like in the end, like you could have added your vision. That is it built in? Is it something innate? How can someone add that in their, in them? So I thought you could have added that as well, like as a concluding remarks, um, or ask a question to the audience just to make it more interactive. But although it was a wonderful speech, sir, thank you so much for coming here. Over
Just
to
can I
yes,
also add one thing to Saif Ali Sheikh Saab, who was talking about my projects? Well, Saif Saab, I'm trying to take a test for myself, and that is completing a project, completing a path in 2 weeks. So that is what I am trying to do. But I am just thinking, should I go for it or not? I have evaluated that it is possible for me to complete one complete path within 2 weeks' time. So if there has to be a world record, I'm going to try to do that. Thank you.
all right. Thank you, sir. Over to our president, Mr. President. No, our TMOD, sorry, TTM sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Zara. And wonderful speakers and the evaluation panel has been done. And let me ask you, if you look around, our fellow colleagues over here in Toastmaster, they build their image in our mind. If if you look to any single person, definitely something is coming in our mind, and once it's coming our mind, it is not all of the sudden, it's not by the accident that their image is coming in our mind. There is a process to build the image in the people of the mind. And how to build the image in the people of the mind, I will tell you after table topic session. I forgot to introduce the table topic master. So she is a PhD in innovation and creative idea, and she is the one who is going to lead the evaluation table topic session. And who is better than her? Please put your hand together, welcoming DTM Iram Rizvi.
Thank you very much, DTM Saif. I was baffled right now on the last poll. So my mouse went up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for the lead evaluators that who to vote for. So this is the wonderful thing about Content Leap, that whoever is performing is doing it at its such best. Thank you very much, everyone. And I am your table topics master today. My name is DTM Iram Rizvi. And what are we going to do today? We are going to talk on our feet on the topic that I passed to you. And of course, you have to speak for at least a minute. We're going to take a vouch that we're not going to get disqualified. We have to practice our 1 minute, and do not get overwhelmed by going beyond 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Please do that too. Timer, I wish we had ting tings so that we stick on time. So I'm going to call upon the very first speaker today, and let me see. So someone switched on their camera and gave a nice smile. I love that when table topic session comes up. So Toastmaster Osama Ali. And my topics are going to be very much close to the theme of the day and the keynote that we had. So let me pass you my first topic today, and that is Osama, the Toastmaster Osama Ali, step into the image of a child and come into a Toastmasters meeting and share the image that you get of a Toastmasters meeting club. Toastmaster Osama Ali, step into the image of a child. Look at the Toastmasters Club meeting. Step into one right now and say what image you're getting. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Table Topics Master. Well, what a great environment it is. Mom, I just went to the Toastmasters and I just saw so many people over there who were so confident than me and who were speaking so well. Right nowadays, I am, as you can see, that I am preparing for my speech competition at school. So I think that I can get improved. I can be better at improving my speaking skills. So will you ask the dad to pay for the fees so that I can go over there? Okay, beta, we will definitely. And I am quite anxious at the same time as well. That's it.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Osama. It wasn't easy, by the way, but this was such an easy kid. I swear, if my kid weren't here, they would have made a chaos out of a meeting. Thank you so much, dear Toastmaster Osama Ali. Now I would like to call, do we have Toastmaster Fatah here? Abdul Fatah? Would you like to attempt a table topic?
Need to
You're on
unmute.
mute.
Yeah, I said I'm here. I'm sitting relaxing. You just woke me up. Go ahead.
Yes.
Hello, question
So
at
the
me.
topic for you is that you are an alien and you have stepped into the earth and saw something culturally bizarre. What would that be? Toastmaster Fateh, you are an alien and you have stepped into the earth and saw some cultural thing which is bizarre. What would that be?
I'm an alien and I zoomed into the air from the air. My galaxy is called Chukupaka Paka. I don't know if you can repeat that. And then I came. And then, as soon as I came, I found a crowd of people, hundreds in thousands. And I wanted to look. And as I got closer, there's this huge, humongous, big cake. And I thought, ha, they're welcoming me. Oh, so I just put my tie, smiled, and approached them. And guess what? There was a writing on the cake. And I said, my God, what is this? And as I got closer and closer, I could read, Happy birthday, DTM Safe. And guess what? DTM Safe was sitting there on a huge armchair, looking like a king. And all the DTMs and all his mentees were surrounding him and clapping their hands. So I approached him and I said, DTM Safe, my name is Kupataka, and I came from a planet called Kushakaka. And happy birthday. And guess what? I'm lucky. I brought something with me. And I gave it to him. And guess what it was? A project on pathways. And I said, can you be my evaluator, please? And then I left wishing him a very happy birthday. And I'm sure that everybody in this crowd will wish DTM Safe a very, very happy birthday. Thank you. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Fateh. Happy birthday, DTM Safe.
Thank you very much, Abdul Fateh. I have no word to say thank you to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing that. And now I would like to call my next speaker. That would be Toastmaster Owais Ashraf. Is it Toastmaster or a guest? I think it's a Toastmaster. Toastmaster Owais? Are you
Hi.
here? Would you like to try a topic?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it would be great if we can see you, but anyways, whatever is comfortable for you. So the topic for you, Toastmaster Owais, is that share a small moment of life that we all almost have, but we overlook. Share a small moment of life that we all usually have, but we overlook. Toastmaster Owais.
So thank you very much for first of all, thank you very much for having me. And it's great and pleasure to be here. And it's very nice to see you all people. So, this is something that on daily basis we are experiencing with the technology that we have. And, the time that we have to spend with our family, with our kids. So it often happens that, my job is quite engaging kind of job since I am related to the IT industry. So sometimes, and all the times I'm receiving emails on my mobile phone. So when I'm home, and my kids are, needing me, needing my time, it often happens that, I have to look at those emails. And at that point in time, a couple of days ago, my daughter was, completely, she was just hitting my mobile to put it aside. So, I could focus on her and, I could give her a time. So it's a bit of a tragic type of thing that, even if we are at home through the technology, we are always connected to work, and we are not, engaged with the people, with the family members who are needing much of our time. And that creates a bit of a, sometimes a gap between the the generation that the generation, the kids that we have. So so I feel that, it's a bit of a thing that it's a bit of an alarming. And it's a warning for us also from that perspective. So I'm pretty much done.
Very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster OS. I was mute. I was looking for the button to click, so don't worry. All right. Thank you for sharing. I would now like to call Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah. Are you here?
Yes,
All
I'm here. Hi.
So the
Assalam.
topic for you is that you have just received a message from alien civilization that they want to destroy human beings. You want to stop them. What will be your reason? You have just received a message from an alien civilization that they want to destroy human beings. You want to stop them. What would be your reason? Toastmaster Ahmed.
Thank you. Did it. Oh, I got a message. Let me see. I have been trying for so many years to contact, the presence of life outside this universe. And finally, I got this message. Okay. Let me see. It's a message and I'm a bit, confused to see that it's kind of a warning for us that they're coming to our land, to the earth, because their planet is no more habitable. They want to be with us, to live with us here. And they're saying they like to eat humans. I was always fond of, being to meet aliens, but not like this. What should I do? I think I need to contact NASA to alert them, so we do something. Or what I can do is to respond them and to write a message that please come, but come in peace. If you want to eat, we will give you food. There are cows, buffaloes, and also pigs. There are a lot of pigs here, and we can give you that to eat, but don't eat us. We believe in peace, and with that I push the enter button. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ahmed. Do I have time, DTM Talha, for one more Toastmaster?
I believe we should move ahead now. Yeah.
Move ahead. All right. So anyone, I would love to send the message to the president to call that one Toastmaster for a feedback. Then in the end, thank you so much for doing this and sticking to the time today. I saw that everyone went a bit ahead. Can I please get the timers report for DTM Talha?
Yes, all table topic speakers have qualified.
Thank you very much. You will see the voting poll ahead of you while we move on. Thank you so much for participating and passing it over to the Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Saif, the birthday boy.
Thank you very much, DTM Era. Okay. It's a very simple formula. How you're going to create your branding, your personality in the mind of the others, in the people, in the colleague, in your family, in your sibling, or in your workplace. It's very simple thing is that you must have to take the initiative, what you want to be. Very simple thing. Is it simple or difficult? It's a very simple thing. Then you have to work on it continuously keep the momentum. Once you keep the momentum to your initiate, you will get it. But how you will get it? This is not an easy and not a difficult, but you have to persist yourself with a positive attitude. There are certain hurdles, there are some difficulties, some resources are required. So keep your attitude positive. By doing the attitude positive, so many people in our way, they are helping us. So make the habit to gratitude to each and everyone who is helping, even a small or the big one. So say thank you. You make my day just like today. And today, Abdullah Fateh opened the subject that today is my happy birthday. Thank you very much, uh, TTM Abdullah Fateh. So we have to make our habit to pay the gratitude and be always energetic in each and every situation. So do you remember what I said? Initiate, maintain the momentum, be positive attitude matter, and habit of gratitude and energetic. So that was my theme of the day. IMAGE. It is easy to remember it. So let's calling our assignee today, the grammarian first, and then I will call the general evaluator. Grammarian Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim, please. She might not be here. Let's go toward the. Oh, she is here now. Over to Toastmaster Zara Ibrahim, language evaluator.
Yeah. So I have pointed out few things which I been able to convey. So some not so good usage of grammar. Very learner. Yeah. It was very learned. Toastmasters are here. Very learned. People are talking. So it might be people are talking. My questions to you is my question, because it was about singular plural. So my question to you is, so it was basically said my questions to you is, yeah, polluted or of the Pakistan. So the excessive use of article I could see from someone's end, and moreover, it was second is a DTM Faruqi, so there was no need of here, and there was done any I was yeah, people was so confident than me. So many people were so confident than me. I think they might have used word, and so there was extraordinary usage of I would say good usage of grammar, which was I just have written few words. It was try to the phrases I would say words. Try to find a way which leads you towards to destination. It was benevolent, taking into possession, usage of natural commodities, extinct to its natural property, and so much more. And our today's, I would say, the word of the day. So it was not used by anyone. I think it was visionary, and I would say it was announced in the very last moment, and it was just written on the chat. So it might the people audience might have not heard it properly. So next time I will be extra cautious about it. So thank you very much, and over to our I think general evaluator or our president. Yeah, thank you very much.
Unmute myself. Thank you very much. Very simple formula for all of us to understand from where we are getting the control to we have to return the control back to the person who gave you the control. This is simple formula is that. And for this very short and quick general evaluation is 1 minute time for you, Mr. GE.
Thank you very much, distinguished host, Saif Ali Sheikh. can skip the timers report because the the timings have been shared. We started the meeting roundabout on time. I guess that was 8 minutes late, and we were pretty much bang on time after the first speech had ended. But then after that, due to some unexpected filler, we started to go behind time, which caused us to go over the designated time. But again, the speeches, the table topic, all of the role holders were absolutely exceptional as always. The level of energy were were also on point on point throughout, and we still have 12 people in the meeting, which is quite extraordinary. So the that we can, if the if, if the table topic master can with that, uh, I would like to hand back charge to the Toastmaster of the day, TTM.
Thank you very much. So nice of you, Mr. General Evaluator. I gave you 1 minute and you took 6 minutes. So this is for your evaluation. And this vote counter report is here.
Yes.
Please go
Okay.
ahead.
So the results of the polls are here. Best speaker goes to DTM Irfan Faruqi. Congratulations. Best lead evaluator goes to DTM Saad. Best round robin evaluator is a tie between DTM Iram and DTM Saif. So we'll maintain that tie because I can break that tie. And best table topics by a long margin goes to distinguished Toastmaster Abdul Fattah for his absolutely fantastic and heartwarming message. So, and I'm just quoting the poll for the best big three while the meeting winds up.
Thank you very much. And by this, I really enjoy being a TMOD today. And by this, I hand over control of the virtual platform to our President, DTM Sahib. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, TTM Saif Ali Sheikh. While the polls are being launched, I would like to ask some brief comments from our guests. First we have Toastmaster Owais Ashraf. So sir, can we have your feedback about this meeting? How was your experience?
So thank you very much, Saad, for asking this. And I'm completely amazed and I'm overwhelmed. And this is my very first meeting, and indeed, it's a very first presenting part in any of this kind of meeting. So it was an amazing, and it's very heartwarming that everyone is contributing for everyone's success. So it's a great thing, and where it's a platform where you can be connected and you can choose all kind of topics, and it's really very interesting because the type of this club is about science and various different things, and when you're combining this with a communication thing, so it is it gives you a chance to explore the language in a different ways than the usual type of topics that we discuss. So it's kind of really very interesting, and I'm very pleased to be here and meeting all you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very thank you very much, Toastmaster Uwais, for your kind word, and I would also like to thank our returning guests, TTM Abdul Fateh, TTM Ahmed Abdullah, and 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 Toastmaster Shaikh for uh, for your presence, and in particular TTM Abdul Fateh for reminding us about the birthday of TTM Saab, because he was planning to keep it a secret, I suppose, but you blew that secret away. So TTM Tala, do we have the votes for the best big three?
Yeah, but before that, I would like to request everyone to officially wish DTM Saf happy birthday. So how about singing a little happy birthday for him? So everyone, please unmute. Yes, that's more like it. Unmute and show yourself. Shaikh. Yes, that's more like it. See, now
Thank you
everybody
very
turn on their cameras. Okay, so on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday to you.
Thank you very much. You're my extended family. My
Happy
extended
birthday
family.
to DTM. Happy birthday to you.
You,
It's
DTM
for
Saf.
me a lot. It's for me a lot. Thank you very much.
And how fitting that the best big three poll also has not been won by DTM SAS today. It has been won by DTM Iram Rizvi as the table topics master. But again, consider that DTM SAS, consider DTM Iram as a birthday gift to the club that you co-founded. So congratulations, DTM.
Thank you very much.
So with that, yeah. So with that, since we are all done with all of the proceeding, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you so much. Just a reminder, there will be a branding workshop tomorrow at 4 p.m. online. So please attend that. And our next meeting will be exactly 2 weeks from now. So please don't provide ammunition to journal evaluators every time, and take the roles in time so that the meeting can be more organized. So that is my request to all the members. Thank you so much, everyone. And
Thank you very much. Yes.
Abdul Fatah,
Bye bye. Thank
for
you.
joining.
Bye bye.
Please join our meetings again. We request you. Thank you so much.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, all. Thank you.
Okay, Vase, thank you so much. And
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Shaikh,
Have a great
pleased to have you.
have a great Yeah. Have a great weekend
Thank
for
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Wesab. I hope you had a good time.
Very great time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Great. Great. See you all again.